Greetings. This is TKTRAV, aka Travis Magus, here with LVX777. And today, we're going to have a discussion about one of the greatest powers of mind that you can acquire. When we walk through life and we look around, we speak, there's so many different things going on in our minds, behind the scenes, that we just aren't aware of, right? And we're so used to it that the fantastic and magical just seems mundane and commonplace, right? The body works without your cooperation, right? Your heart regulates your blood, your muscles send signals to do this, that, and a third without bothering your consciousness. Your lungs, your organs operate, everything works smoothly, and we don't even consider how amazing this feat is, despite rigorous abuse that we put ourselves through. Despite the amounts of stress we load on top of ourselves, the body continues to perform. And sometimes when our body doesn't perform the way we want it to, we might go out and seek things like medicine, where we go to see a doctor in hopes that he's going to convince us that whatever he tells us to do is going to work. Keyword I said is convince. I'm sure you've heard the concept of placebos and that type of thing. I'm not saying that all illnesses and sickness can be healed with just, believing it's going to work. Of course, if you have a serious issue, go seek medical attention. But something is to be said about the hypochondriac, right? Something is to be said about someone who just believes with all their heart that they're going through some type of sickness, or, they got a cough and they look on Google and it says they have this rare disease, and they begin to manifest signs and symptoms of that rare disease. They go to the doctor and they can't find anything. There's a reason for that, and of course I'm referring to the very first chapter of Psychomancy, where it argues in defense of the power of, psychic control over the body. You have things like hypochondria, like I said, and also a certain disease called syphilis, where it's known to mimic other diseases, right? So what essentially is happening here is you have a virus, or you have a mental condition, hypochondria, that sends signals to the body and convinces the body's cells to produce certain effects that may look like something that's not actually happening, right? Whether that's you having pneumonia, there's a bunch of different sicknesses. The mind is powerful enough to convince the body that it is going through trauma. Likewise, the mind is powerful enough to convince the body that it is not going through trauma. So what is this greatest power of mind that I'm speaking of? The greatest power of mind is being able to define the symbols that surround you. How is this great? The masculine part of every human being is the conscious mind. And it thinks direct, straightforward, no games, no symbology, no hidden messages. The subconscious mind, however, is the feminine side. And like females, it speaks covertly, subtly, through symbols. So it's very key and crucial for advertisers and movie producers to place certain symbols and colors in their ads to inspire your subconscious mind to read them and make you feel a certain way that's in their benefit. So the greatest power would be to have the conscious ability to redefine the symbols around you. To some people, skulls means death and danger. To other people, Skulls represent the spirits of the ancestors. To some, it represents being proficient in certain skills. Hence why this skull is adorned with astrology and the different symbols of the planets. Because a skull is the home of the mind. The point I'm trying to make here is you want to be in control of what's going on in your thought process as much as possible. Easier said than done, but you want to be in control as much as possible. When you see the symbol of the Eye of Horus, you know, some people shout, Illuminati, danger, danger, I'm scared, stay away, devil worship. Some people see the Eye of Horus and think, that's my symbol. Empowerment, enlightenment, the third eye, my innate ability to create. You see where I'm going with this? When you see symbols, this is why it's important to study and have different encyclopedias or dictionaries about symbols, so you can kind of get a background on what certain symbols actually meant to ancient civilizations. And that's a good basis because these ancient civilizations understood. The ancients understood to a much deeper degree than most of us ever will. The Hebrew language consists of symbols, right? They're not just letters of the alphabet like the English language. These symbols are multifaceted. And depending on the context, they could mean any number of things. My suggestion is just to be aware. Just to be aware. When you see a certain symbol and you notice it incites a certain feeling, right? When some people see the pentagram, the upside down star, or even the type with the Baphomet head inside of it, you know, automatically, oh, fear, danger, scary, devil, right? But to some of us, we don't get that feeling. We get a certain empowerment. So what would happen if you redefined all the symbols in your life to feed you energy, to give you empowerment? When you look up into the sky and you see a double V formation of ducks, give that a meaning for yourself. Do this and watch what happens on a daily basis. Naturally, most of our minds are geared to just jump to the negative, jump to worry, right? Jump to stress-inducing things. Take active control. Just experiment with it. Instead of asking someone else, redefine it. When something vague happens, give it your own definition. Because we're in the driver's seat here. The past has happened. And right before us are many different streams of reality. Anything can happen from this point. There's a reality when I touch the skull and something else happens in the chain of events. There's a reality where I accidentally knock over the microphone or the camera, or, you know, I just do the Dougie. There's different realities that can happen from right now. So being in the driver's seat means you're consciously choosing which direction you want to go. And the best way to do this is by looking ahead and seeing where you want to be, and really navigating through these realities to end up where you want to go. And when something unexpected happens, redefine that symbol and make it work for you. From what I've seen and communicated today with the spirits that I'm working with right now, it's very important that we take control of how we define the symbols around us. And it's very important to make sure that we are using as many of these symbols to empower us versus letting them inspire fear or stress or anything like that. The world is yours. Reality is yours. This stuff sounds so simple and basic and easy, but it's profound when you put it into practice. I got the symbol of Hellraiser on my shirt. To me, that doesn't mean scary demon from hell who's going to rip my soul apart. It means that to my enemies. But the key word he said in this movie was angels to some, demons to others. Now, how can something be both? It's up for interpretation. Define your symbols. To me, we're working with angels here. But that was a quick message from yours truly and from those that speak with and through yours truly. Once again, as in every video, since it was conceived, I invite you to join the Magus Society on Facebook. The link is in the bio. We talk about this kind of thing. Read the book Cyclomancy, Cyclomancy. This will really help you to develop your innate psychic abilities. It's not as bizarre as it has sounded in the past. This thing is real, and most everybody has the potential to tap into their extrasensory perceptions. Cyclomancy is great for this. Also the book Initiation to Hermetics, and my all-time go-to favorite book, Basic Magic by Philip Cooper. Initiation to Hermetics is by Franz Barden, and Cyclomancy is by Frank Rudolph Young. You can find these all online if you look hard enough, or you can just join the Magus Society and somebody can point you into that direction. So this is TKTRAV, aka Travis Magus, here with LVX777. Peace.